What is up, guys? So Sports back again with another video, and in today's video I have my 5 winners and losers of the NBA draft. Now, just talking about the draft real quickly, wow, this draft surprised me a lot. I mean, I saw players fall to places where I didn't even think they could touch. I saw players jump up a ton. It was just crazy. The trades, the speculations, everything made it perfect. It was a great NBA draft. It was exciting. But I mean, yeah, let's get into it. With my 5 winners and losers, I have them in a list. They aren't ranked. Like, this list isn't like a ranked list. This is just 5 winners and 5 losers. That's it. But getting into it, I have the New Orleans Pelicans as a winner. Obviously, when you have the number 1 overall pick, you're always a winner in my book, I guess you could say. Depending on how that draft is, Anthony Bennett to the Cavs and stuff like that. But I mean, Zion Williamson is the best prospect we've had since probably LeBron. I mean, he checks all the boxes. I mean, he's an all-around just great, phenomenal talent, otherworldly athleticism with great playmaking for someone of his size and amazing defense. He gives 110% every time he steps onto the court, and he'll be a great player for them. Moving on to their other 2 picks, they selected Jackson Hayes and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I do like that pick as someone who could potentially take Jrue Holiday's role. If Jrue Holiday is traded in the future, or if he retires or something, I don't know. I don't think Jrue Holiday will be traded, though, because they do want to have that veteran presence, that leader, I guess you could say, in the locker room. You don't want to have a team just full of young guys, because that can really hurt, because everybody's looking to get their touches, to looking to get the ball, to show themselves, to break out, to put a name out for themselves. So yeah, but as you can see, I skipped over Jackson Hayes because I don't know how I feel about this pick. In hindsight, you would think it'd be a great pick, but I mean, Jackson Hayes can't shoot, and his fit next to Zion is probably iffy, so I don't know if he starts at all, though. But I do still see them targeting a stretch big to space the floor and just open the floor for Zion. But I mean, yeah, a winner 100%. They did everything great. They did everything that you'd want to do. Yeah. Moving on, though, I have the Atlanta Hawks as a winner also. I mean, they were aggressive going into this draft. A little bit more aggressive than I had expected, trading up to number 4 to select DeAndre Hunter, who I think was a great pick. I mean, talk about an amazing 3-and-D guy who has great potential. You may look at his age as a concern, but I mean, who cares? He's 21 going on 22 by a little bit past All-Star break, I believe, next season. But still, I mean, I think he'll be a great player for them. Even if it's just like a role player, he'll still be great. He can give you 15, but that's all you need him to do, because you already have Trae Young and John Collins as the focal 1-2 of that team. And then you have other pieces like Kevin Huerter and DeAndre Bembry, to add to that. So you didn't really need much. This is why I think they had a great draft, because they didn't need to do much, and they still knocked it out of the park. Moving on, though, Cam Reddish, you're taking a risk here, but you're able to do that. If he pans out, amazing. Especially at 10, amazing. If he fails, oh well. You still have Cam and John Collins, who are going to be all-stars in the future, who are going to be, franchise pieces in the future. And then even that DeAndre Hunter is sure to be great. I mean, he has a great 3-point shot, so that he'll at least be good at that, even if everything else doesn't pan out for him. But if Cam Reddish can put it all together, wow, what a pickup for them. And then they selected Bruno Fernando, which I believed he was like a lottery, maybe even late first round guy. You got him in the 2nd round. What a pick for them, reuniting him with Kevin Huerter. They're Maryland guys, but all around just a great draft for them. I think they had great value. Now, next on the winners, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I'm a Cavs fan, so I was looking at their picks, the most, more than other picks. But when they had initially drafted Darius Garland, I was kind of iffy on that, because I don't know how that would work with the pairing of him and Colin Sexton. But now that I've had time to think about it, I like this pick 110. If I could go back and make this pick, I would do it 10 times out of 10. I mean, I'm trying to word it correctly. Their rebuild has started, but they don't have that guy yet. They don't have that guy that all the teams that are rebuilding have. With the Hawks, it's Trae Young and John Collins. With the Mavericks potentially rebuilding, they have Luka Doncic. With the Suns, it's Devin Booker. They all have that it guy, that it. The Cavs didn't really have that. Yes, they had Colin Sexton, and I do believe Colin Sexton is great. a great player. You know, somebody who averaged 17 on 40% shooting from three last season. But I mean, he showed some great flashes. But is he like a number one scoring option on a championship team? No way. No. Is he a building block when you're rebuilding? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he's a great complementary player. I think he's a great off the ball player, a great number two. I mean, maybe a good number two, an amazing number three, but definitely not somebody to build a team around. I think Darius Garland is that. Someone you can build your team around. I mean, talk about in the 5 games he gave you. I know a 5-game sample size, but he's come out and said he's healthy, and it reports that he's more 6'3" than he is 6'2". He has Damian Lillard-like abilities. His playmaking is amazing. His scoring is amazing. He shot lights out in those 5 games. He shot 11 for 23 from 3. I mean, I know a small sample size, but still you love to see that. He was doing it all. He has great NBA range. People say he's the best shooter in this draft. People say he looks like he's the best point guard in this draft. I don't know, but I do love this pick. I think he'll be a great player if it's with Collin Sexton or if it's without. Excuse me. Let's talk about that real quickly though. If it's with Collin Sexton is a great defensive hit. Not a great. Okay, he has great defensive potential, so they can grow together and mold together and, you know, work well off each other. And I think they will because they're still young. They have time to mold and, you know, give it 2-3 seasons. If it doesn't work out, okay, trade one of them. So be it. So be it. You always go best player available, you know. Don't draft off fit. It hurts you. It hurts you to draft off fit. Always go best player available. I mean, looking back at the Cavs draft, the Cavs could have had Kyrie Irving and Damian Lillard in the same draft, but they didn't want to go off of best player available. Instead, they selected Tristan Thompson. And I mean, yes, they still won a championship. They were still great. But look at Tristan Thompson. Look at Damian Lillard. Not even comparable. Tristan Thompson is low. He's not on the same pedestal as Damian Lillard is. So you always go best player available. I wish more teams would have this mindset, but nonetheless, great pick for the Cavs. They also selected Dylan Windler. I think that's also a great pick. I see some comparisons of him to Steve Novak, and I love that. You know, people talking about that's a bad pick. I mean, he's a shooter. You know, in today's league, you need shooting, and I think he can give you that. And it's a late first round pick. I mean, what are you expecting? You're not going to be getting the next LeBron James or the next Michael Jordan in the late round. You know, so I need people to chill out. Just chill out. He's an amazing rebounder for his size. He averaged around 11 rebounds, and he's only 6'7". I mean, great player. And then the steal of the draft. Yes, I said it. The steal of the draft, selecting Kevin Porter Jr. with the 30th pick. His only problem is his maturity, or his he has concerns about his personality and stuff. But I think the Cavs have the perfect coach for that in John Beilein from Michigan. I think he'll set him in the right direction, and I think Kevin Porter Jr. will be a great player for the Cavs. You know, his scoring potential, his everything potential. I mean, he's explosive. He's a great scorer. He can knock down the three. All around, just great draft for them, and I love what they do, and I love what they're doing, and I think they're headed on the right direction. Moving on, we have the Memphis Grizzlies as a winner. I'm just going to talk about them quickly. Ja Morant, you 100% knew they were going to take him. And then Brandon Clark was a steal also. A great value pick for them. I forget exactly where they drafted him at. I think it was in the 20s, I'm pretty sure. But he was expected to go in like the lottery, so great value there. And then I have the Portland Trailblazers also as another winner, taking Nas Little. I'm so surprised Nas Little fell all the way to 25th. What? He fell to 25th? That's crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. Because if you think about it, okay, if you go in and he's not what you guys said he would be potential, okay, he was a late pick. There was no risk in taking him. But if he goes and he shows out and he shows that potential that he came into UNC with, man, oh man, did the Portland Trailblazers get themselves a player. Talk about a great athletic guy. 3-and-D. His problem, okay, let me not say 3-and-D because he shot horrible from 3. But defense and athletics, I do see Jaylen Brown slightly in him. I do see it. His problem, I don't know. At UNC, I don't think he had a fair start. He was so inconsistent, but the minutes were just inconsistent with him. Sometimes he'd be starting, sometimes he won't. Sometimes he played 30 minutes, sometimes he played 2 or 3. Like, you know, you can't be doing that to a young guy, you know, in his first college season. But nonetheless, great pick for them. But yeah, that's been my winners. This video is getting long, so let's speed it up. My losers, I'm going to start off with the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't know what they were doing in this draft. I thought 100% they were going to go into this mindset looking to draft shooting. You passed on guys like Ty Jerome and Dylan Windler for who did they draft? I don't even know. They drafted some Euro guy and some other guy. They just kept trading picks and like, you have to draft these guys to help you fill out your roster, because you're going to be going all in more than likely in free agency, and you won't really have that much cap to sign those backup, those bench pieces. And that was the reason why you guys struggled in the playoffs. That was the reason why guys like Joel Embiid struggled in the playoffs, because he was injured and he couldn't really sit, because who was gonna take up his minutes? Greg Monroe, Amir Johnson. Come on, like, those aren't guys. Those aren't good NBA players right now. So yeah, I don't know what their plan was. They had some great players drafted, and then they just traded them away. I don't understand. But moving on, I have the OKC Thunder. Again with the 76ers, not to the extent of trading picks, but you don't go with the sure bet guy. Dylan Windler has an amazing shot. He will be a great shooter, at least in NBA. Ty Jerome has high basketball IQ, high three-point shot. He'll be a great shooter in NBA. And you pass on those two guys to take a guy like Darius Bazley when you already have a lot of wing players such as Terrence Ferguson and Hamidou Diallo and Jeremy Grant, and then guys like Paul George, and then Andre Roberson is coming back. So I don't know where he helps you on that. He didn't play last year. He sat out last year because he was an intern with New Balance and he lost his eligibility. I mean, it's a risk. I don't know why you're taking a risk. You're a playoff team. Playoff teams can't take risks. I mean, well, they can, but, they need shooting. That's what they needed, and I don't know if Darius Bazley is that. I don't know. Hopefully he can turn out to be something, but I don't like it. Moving on, I said the Orlando Magic are a loser. I just don't understand the pick of Chuma Okeke. I mean, he tore his ACL. He did have a great college season. I mean, in that game he tore his ACL, he was doing amazing. But, I mean, again, with the same thing with the Thunder, you have so many wings. You have Jonathan Isaac. You have Aaron Gordon. How is he going to get his minutes? He's a power forward. You're going to play him over Aaron Gordon? I don't think so. You could have probably gone for another guy, like I just previously said, Dylan Windler or Ty Jerome, or traded out and got more assets. I don't know. I just didn't like that pick. Moving on, Golden State Warriors. I think they reached hard with guys like Jordan Poole and Eric Pascal. I think Jordan Poole, first off, he's not NBA ready at all. I don't think he is. Again, I'm going to use the same exact example. With how your bench is, and with Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both more than likely missing most of, if not all of next season, you have to go after sure guys like Dylan Windler and Ty Jerome. I hate continuing using this example, but I mean, those guys shot amazing for three. If they came into the NBA and weren't going to be anything, at least they would have, been able to splash the three, hit the three. That's what you guys' team is evolved around. Guys who can shoot the ball and splash, but didn't really do that. I don't know. I mean, maybe they can turn out to something. A few years in the G League could help them. Summer League hopefully can help them, but I don't think so. I think this was a bad draft for them. I think they reached hard. And a team that reached the hardest. Oh my goodness, man. I hate talking about this team because they're such a bad franchise. I have people tell me that they're not up there. This franchise sucks. I don't know what they're doing. But the Phoenix Suns, obviously, you took a high reach drafting Cam Johnson. Oh my goodness, bro. This guy was projected to go late first round, and you take him with the 11th pick. First off, you trade back from 6 to 11. I really didn't understand that move at all. I mean, you want a point guard. You could have taken Kobe White right there and paired him up with Devin Booker, but instead you trade him and you get Dario Saric. I don't know. I mean, Dario Saric isn't even that good of a player anyway. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I mean, you trade away TJ Warren and get Cam Johnson. Now, let me say this. Cam Johnson will probably be a great NBA player. I mean, he's probably the best shooter in this draft without a doubt in my mind. But he's 23. He is older than Devin Booker, and Devin Booker's entering his 5th year in the league. By the time he finishes his rookie contract, he will be 28 years old. 28 or 27. But still, he doesn't fit the timeline, so to say. I mean, this is imagine if you stay at 6, you take Kobe White, boom. That is a great draft. You pair up Devin Booker with Kobe White. You have a great point guard, shooting guard tandem for the future. But you take a high Oh my god, bro. I don't even understand. I don't understand. It's baffling. It is so baffling. And then not even to mention the trade. You know what? I don't even want to talk about the trade. I will talk about it in my weekly NBA news video that I will be releasing on Saturday. I already told you guys about that in my draft video. So, yeah, there's that. But, I mean, that's it for this video. Here are my 5 winners and my 5 losers. Let me know your winners and losers in the draft. Let me know who I should have taken on the list. Let me know who I should have put on the list. I would love to see you guys' feedback. But, yeah, it's been so sports. This draft was fun. I love the NBA. You know, it's always so entertaining. But I mean, yeah, Summer League is right around the corner. I believe Summer League starts July 1st, so I should have some stuff on that. It'd be nice to look at the young guys and see what they're capable of doing. But I mean, yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please like and sub and share with your friends. And it's So Sports, and I'm out. Peace.